Hello monkeys, bear with me, this video is a bit laggy, but I put my best effort into it. There's a voiceover too because the audio wouldn't work on my phone, but I'm cutting out as much as lag as I can, but in the hollow tree it's going to be a little bit more lag. See ya! Okay, so the first tip is wall climbing. So you're going to want to have a triangle formation with your hands and swipe down, and you don't have to use your hands to grab if you want. You can do it however you want, but just make sure you're swiping down, and it's okay to fail. You can see me do it here a couple of times. Everyone fails before, but you'll eventually get good. And when you get to the top, it's just going to be a more exaggerated version of that side to side. So the next tip is called pinch climbing, and it's like hugging something, letting go, and throwing yourself up. But basically, you can see I'm doing round, like circulus patterns and pulling in towards myself. You can see this is how you get up to the top of the boards, which people struggle with in the beginning. And you can use it for the sirens too. And it's just pretty OP once you get it. And once you get the hang of it, you can use it on trees too. Like right here, you can see me using it. I'm going really fast up this big tree. And the more you practice it, the better you'll get. Just remember, it's okay to fail. I failed so many times in the beginning doing this. And yeah, I should have done this in the beginning, but running is overpowered when you do it good. Make sure you're pulling your hand along the ground. The palm of your hand touches the ground flat. So the ground is slanted, your hand's going to be slanted slightly. And I pause right here. You can see that's the palm of your hand that you want to be flat on objects. It is very good when you're going fast, running away from other monkeys. And practice makes perfect. This is what I call board climbing. You basically just bounce from board to board to board and make sure the palm of your hand faces. It can face there, but I found, like, you see how my hand is flat along the thing? I found it's easier when your hand faces towards the ground. You move less to the sides and stay more from where you start. And see how the palm of your hand is facing towards the ground, but the side of your hand sticks to the object. It's a small tip, it makes a big difference. And it's not just useful for the board area. While it is mainly useful for the board area, you can use it outside the boards to get on top of trees or just get on the boards faster. Props for this tip from CJVR. I saw this in his video. You can also use it behind the hollow tree, which is where I use it the most. I just try to get on top of it. It's called a hollow tree, but people call it a stump if you didn't know what I was talking about. You just basically hit side to side until you get all the way up on top of stuff. The next tip is pinch climbing. I already said that before. The one before is like hug climbing. This one's more pinching with your hands. You can see you want your hands flat along the sides, and you're just zooming yourself up. This is used around the hollow tree. It's going to be useful, and you cannot use it to get all the way up to the hollow tree because of the way the top of the hollow tree is. And it's just pretty useful for getting inside the hollow tree and on top of it. Okay. The next tip is branching. I remember in the beginning practicing branching in slow motion with really hard, like I hit really hard. You don't even have to hit that hard. You don't even have to go that high. It's pretty good once you get the hang of it. I still haven't even got the 100% of the hang of it, but it's just really fun once you get the hang of it. It makes the game way more interactive, I guess, because I remember in the beginning only staying on the floors and the walls, and then I figured out how to branch. I just practiced in slow motion. Just trust me, it makes it easier. I also should have put this earlier, but climbing trees is like a combination between pinch climbing and hug climbing. You're just like pinching up the tree, and you can rotate while you're doing it, and that's how you get around branches. And I did it a second ago. Like, you can see there's a branch up there. It's hard to tell, but I like slide to the side to avoid that branch right there. I froze it at the perfect time. And you can see here how I'm doing it. I'm like kind of moving over to the side, or you could just hop on the branch like right here. Another way to explain this is that you can rotate around slowly, and that's how you get around branches. Next tip is going up ramps. You're going to want to stay to the side of it. I used to go up the ramp in the middle, but the bottom of my stomach would hit the ramp and it would slow me down slightly, and it's just not optimal for speed. So what you're going to want to do is go down to the bottom of the ramp or wherever you're going to start, and you can hang off the side and see your hand is flat on the ramp, and just kind of go up the ramp and try not to go up. And I usually go over this branch, but most people go under it. But I usually start branching. You can see right here I do it. I just go up and then I start branching. Remember, for branching, I practiced in slow motion, and then I eventually just got good enough at it to do it together. And these are what they look like together whenever you're tryharding in a lobby. You could just kind of use the tips together, and it can make for some pretty fun games. This is another important factor I forgot to mention. Your hitboxes are just the palm of your hands and your face. So your fingers and your arms can move through objects, and your stomach can too. So you can use this just like J-Man said. Right here, your arm can go under the slide, as you can see right here, and you can like kind of swing around it in one motion, and it's used to juke people out, just like in other games that you might play like football where you see jukes. There's also juking in Gorilla Tag, which you definitely need to get the hang of, because it is extremely annoying when someone just jukes you out a bunch. And you'll see how annoying it can be when people juke you out over and over again. It is just so obnoxious. Here's another tip. You want to like reach your arm around objects so you don't just bump into them like that. You want to sort of like move your arm like around it. So you can see this is like the prime example. Instead of just jumping straight into the tree and bouncing, you're going to want to like jump more towards the side but reach your arm over to the branch. I'll show you. Perfect, just like that. And you're gonna wanna you can use this everywhere. It's a really helpful tip, and just practice makes perfect, guys. I'm just saying right now, whenever you're playing later on, practicing will make the game so much more fun. Anyway, monkeys, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop a sub, please. This video took a while to make. And just make sure you practice. I hope you guys get better. Hope to see you in public lobbies. And anyways, yeah, see you then.